Hi, Andrew Gill here again from North Carolina Environmental Education Centre. You might remember me from other such videos as macroinvertebrates and bush tucker on our YouTube channel. Hey, today I want to talk to you about marine debris. This video you're about to watch is an important one for us because we go to one of our local beaches here on North Keppel and we collect what we call marine debris. Now, marine debris is the stuff, basically rubbish, non-natural stuff that washes up on our beaches. And we're very interested in this. So what some of the reasons that we're interested in, we want to know where this stuff's coming from. Okay, if I was to pick up the rubbish off the beach today, would there be more rubbish there tomorrow? If I was to pick it up today, would there be more rubbish there next week, in a month's time, in a year's time? So what we want to do is we want to try and reduce it from the source. Now, we're not talking tomato sauce or barbecue sauce. We're talking about the source. Where does this marine debris come from? And to do that, what we do is we go out, we collect all the rubbish safely, and what we do is we get onto a database called Tangaroa Blue. And you might like to log on to this website and check out Tangaroa Blue. They do a lot of really good work. So what we're going to do is we'll go to Maisie Bay, we'll fill out our data up the top to say where Maisie Bay is, GPS coordinates, time, day. And then what we'll do is we'll go out, we'll collect all the rubbish, bag it up, bring it back to the centre, and we'll classify it and we'll fill out this data sheet. And this data sheet has already been filled out for a Maisie Bay visit. And what we do is we tally up all the things that we have found. Now, then we go onto the Tangaroa Blue website, we enter this information. Now, some sources, some good news stories where this has worked. We tracked down a bottle at Maisie Bay that Tangaroa Blue were able to trace back to a captain on a boat in Gladstone Harbour that was tipping rubbish overboard and was actually able to find that person. The currents are really interesting in this part of the world. What we'll do, come over this way, I'll show you something really interesting. Apart from this marine debris I'll go over in a minute, is this one here. This is a drift card. Now, a university lecturer threw this card out in Gladstone. This card washed up at Maisie Bay. So it had that ocean current pushed all the way through with the trade winds probably and ended up at Maisie Bay. We contacted the lecturer. We told him, hey, we've got your card. And he collated all that information. Some other really neat things that we've sort of found is we found some couple of messages in a bottle before, off yachties. That we've answered as well. So we find some really interesting things washed up. Just last week, we found a tag from a lobster industry down in New South Wales. That tag was placed on a lobster in 2013 in New South Wales, and it ended up on a beach here on North Keppel Island. Hey, just while we're here, we may as well go over some other cool marine debris stuff we found. We find all these big light bulbs that washed up. These are actually out on the rocks. I'm surprised they didn't smash. When the flood was on, we actually found, I picked this up off the beach because this come when the Fitzroy was in flood and it washed up here. And this one as well, City Centre Cycles in Rockhampton. So these obviously entered the Fitzroy River and ended up here. So marine debris is a really important thing because actions you have at home, in your school, can have an impact here at North Keppel Island. That bit of rubbish you throw out in the school ground or that bit of rubbish you step over and don't pick up can blow into a creek, into the Fitzroy River and end up here at North Keppel Island. Hey, sit back, enjoy this video. There's further learnings down in the description. Please have a go at them, and if you've got any questions, send us an email. We'd love to see you. Enjoy.
All right, what are we doing, Gilly?
It's a bit windy, but today what we're going to do is we're going to do a marine debris pickup. We're going to use our Tangaroa Blue database. What we're going to do is we're going to walk this spot, Maisie Bay. This is the beach that gets the most southeasterly winds, the trade winds. So hopefully along this beach we'll find some marine debris, but hopefully not too much. Let's go and we'll see what we can find. Look! What is it? Look! Oh! Have a go at it! it's been washed up, no footprints, no one's put it there. Oh, what is it? Look at this. Oh, it's heavy. Stainless steel. It's on the bottom. Oh, it's really heavy. I wonder what it could be. Like, cook in there or something? I'm not sure. See if you can find out what this is. This is a really difficult one. I'm going to leave it there and we'll pick it up on the way back just because it's so heavy. Just see some rubbish up here. You notice this little stuff blowing up past the high tide mark. So I've got some plastic here. Get in there. What is that? Little rope. These are the bits you really got to be looking out for. These little ones here, you'll see these. And we'll talk about these. Because these are macro plastics. Really hard to find, but you really need to keep a good eye out for them. Oh, look at this one here. Some sort of tag. Number on it. Yeah, some sort of tag, I'd say. Diver. I wonder where the diver is. Maybe you could write a story about what happened to the diver. Put that one in. Score. It's quite neat. I thought it was a macro plastic, but have a look at the colour of that crab claw. Really bright red crab claw. Down here, look, this is pretty neat. Look at this one. I'll come over here out of the wind. So this one here, found this. This is a trumpet shell, one of the largest shells in the world. This one isn't the largest, of course, but they grow to be some of the largest shells in the world. But because this is natural, we're part of the Great Barrier Reef Marine Park, we're going to leave this one here today. But that's a really neat shell, that one. Trumpet. You might like to have a look, Google it up, maybe find some information about the trumpet shell. More rope, lots of this rope around. Bit of rope. What have we got here for?
Oh, look at this one.
Look! Got some, look at this. This is a cracker of a shell. Look at this. They call this a baler. Now it's called a baler. You can see how my hands fit there like that, and I can bail my canoe out. This is also a Wapara drink bottle. They didn't have aluminium or glass like we have, but they go around, put your fresh water in here. This is where you can have a drink. Also, it's used as a cooking pot. Saltwater oysters in here, cook up on a feed. Now this is a large snail, large gastropod. Comes out of here and he's got a big proboscis like that. But have a look at this shell. That's just beautiful. And just like the trumpet, this is a, we're in the Great Barrier Reef Marine Park. We're going to leave this one here for other people to enjoy. That's a great find. Yeah, like, look at that. Now imagine that. Imagine the damage that could do to some sea life. Around the neck or something, around its feet. Pretty lucky we got that one today. Saved the turtle's life. Windy.
Good one, Gilly. You stood on that one.
Just saying you're on the ball. There's another one, look. Well, no, this is part of painted crayfish leg. Quite a beautiful pattern. The plastic.
There's another lid.
Another lid. Find a lot of lids. Right.
Lots of that black plastic. Another piece of lid.
So even though this beach appears clean, you can, once you get looking, you can really find a lot of stuff, a lot of lids. Another lid. Little bits of rope. Another lid. You missed that one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Another lid. Yeah, the lids are popular today. What's that necklace being? Neptune's necklace, sorry, they call it. Another lid.
Gilly, why are we finding all the rubbish up here?
Yeah, I don't know. Why would we be up here finding the rubbish? Why don't we find it down there? Just pan down there and have a look. It seems to be concentrated in this bit up here where all this seaweed is. This sargassum is washed up. Right. That's right. Lollipop. Lollipop, lollipop, lollipop. Right. Now, even though this one's natural, I'm going to bag it up. That's a noxious weed, that's the prickly pear, so we're going to bag that one as well. What do you got?
It's sponge. Do the dishes.
Whale snot.
Okay, so now we've come back from our marine debris pickup. Let's go and sort this litter out. Okay, so as you can see, I've got several tubs in front of me, and I'm sorting the bag of debris out into different categories like hard plastics, soft plastics, glass, timber, aluminium cans. All right, so it takes a little while. The easiest way to do it is like this, because that way you can just count it up at the end when it's all sorted. It's a bit difficult when you tip it out on the ground. Okay, so there's our ropes. This one's the lids. We collected a lot of lids on this beach. Okay, in this bag we've got soft plastics, including some of that wrapper of fruit. Hard plastics and bits of hard plastic, always lots of those, unfortunately. Now we have bottles and drink bottles. One oil bottle was in there. Didn't collect a lot of wood and aluminium cans, just one. And in here we have styrofoam. Styrofoam's a really bad type of debris as well. Okay, so the sheet's filled out and I've tallied it all up. These are different categories, everything's tallied up. Okay, and that's the back of the sheet. And down the bottom we just got some notes. I think we collected 6.2 kilos of litter. Thanks for watching our video. We hope that you enjoyed it. Please take the time to have a clean up in your own neighbourhood. The marine creatures will thank you, and you may just save a turtle.